We start this morning with concern about extreme cold. A blast of frigid air is moving into our area. Here's a look at wind chills right now. And this morning, we have been watching the temperature drop. And along with this frigid blast, a lot of snow is on the ground right now, and the wind now causing some big problems. This is a live look in Mishawaka. Plow trucks have been out this morning, but you can see roads are covered. Many cars are getting stuck. Don't go out if you don't have to. Let's get right to meteorologist Matt Rutkin.
And Matt, the real point of that live shot, that's Maine and Douglas. That's a busy area. One of the spots plows would get to right away, and you can see snow covered. Says a lot, doesn't it?
It really does. And there's no reason to go out unless there's an emergency, maybe a medical emergency. All the stores, or a lot of them, they're going to be closed until at least late this afternoon. So great day to stay home. Maybe we'll watch some movies, enjoy some quiet time inside the house. Hey, it'll be warm too. Blizzard warning for all of northern Indiana except for LaGrange County. Everybody else, though, seeing the winter storm warning in southwest Michigan as well. And honestly, it's pretty much the same. There's really no differentiation between the two in this particular case. So no matter what you're seeing, please stay off the roads. Everybody's roads are horrible this morning. Outside right now in Plymouth, you can see things have quieted down. Not seeing a ton of snow, but there's a lot on the ground, that's for sure. And temperatures right around 5 below. There's satellite and radar imagery over the past 6 hours. You can see the lake effect mainly affecting parts of West Michigan, but some of that drifting southward. So we will see on and off lake effect snow showers today. We're not talking about several inches, though. Nothing like we saw yesterday. Coming up in your full forecast, we will detail that snow. I will talk about the temperatures, which are going to be a big part of everyone's lives over the next 48 hours. Details in a little bit. Kirk and Carrie?
All right, thanks, Matt. Question we received several times. Sorry, thank you. Go ahead.
Well, thanks, Matt. The drivers across northern Indiana and southwest Michigan are being asked to stay off the roads this morning.
Travel advisories in place for most of our area, but what that means for you as a driver can vary depending on where you live. WSBT's Kristen Bean keeping track of everyone's status this morning. Kristen, what do you have?
Well, there are two concerns, Kirk, this morning. Obviously, the bitter cold temperatures. And we just noted, my photographer and I, that when we got out here at 5 a.m., it's actually colder now than it was then, and it feels colder, especially with the wind pelting us. So we've been going in our live truck between live shots because it's necessary to stay warm this morning. But also a concern, this wind is still continuing to blow snow into the roads, and it's making travel very difficult and extremely dangerous in some places. Dispatchers say people are still out driving, and that's frustrating because they're getting stuck, they're sliding off the road, and even tow trucks are having difficulty getting to them and then getting stuck on the roads this morning. So if you don't have to travel, don't. Most of our area currently under a travel warning. It's the highest travel advisory level issued by the Indiana Department of Homeland Security. It basically means you're to refrain from all travel unless you are emergency personnel. The Indiana Department of Transportation has actually closed portions of I-80 and 94, even 65. They're saying other interstates are considered extremely dangerous. They sent us an email with several lists of closures this morning. In fact, in that, they said there's too many to list at this point. So some counties have gone so far as to ticket drivers who are found at on the roads. That's the case in St. Joe County. Any person that law enforcement has contact with on the road will be ticketed. Same thing goes for Marshall County, LaGrange County, and Elkhart County.
Stay off the roads. If you don't have to go out, don't go out. I would avoid going out at all. Just hunker down throughout tomorrow and reassess and let the crews clean up the roads and make it a little safer for the public out and about.
And we're actually told this morning that Elkhart County Sheriff's Department has actually ticketed several people this morning for being out on the roads. Now in Michigan, drivers also urged to stay off the roads. In fact, some plow drivers were taken off the roads overnight because of low visibility. They should be back on this morning to get these roads cleaned up. South Shore, we're told, impacted by the weather, that rail line canceling all train service today. We're also getting calls and emails about how long these travel advisories, these travel warnings are going to last, how long people are going to be told to stay off the roads. And at this point, we don't know. We know officials are continually watching the weather, as are our weather people and here at WSBT. So stay tuned to WSBT on air and on WSBT.com. We'll bring you the latest as we learn it. In Mishawaka, I'm Kristen Bean, WSBT Channel 22 News.
Thank you, Kristen. Transpo has also canceled their service today. If you are still expecting a report for work this morning, we want to give you an idea, more of an idea of what shape roads are in right now. Kristen gave you a first-hand look. Now take a look at this, an interactive travel map the state of Indiana set up. You can see most routes across our area are highlighted in pink. That means road conditions there are difficult. The state of Michigan has a similar website. We've linked both pages to our website, WSBT.com. Just click on the severe weather resource link.
It's 6:35. You may have power at home right now, but we're concerned with these blizzard conditions. Outages could happen. And of course, it would be a dangerous morning to not have heat. Take a look. This is a live view of Indiana Michigan Power's outage map. You can see there are no outages right now, but there were several hundred overnight in St. Joseph County. Emergency responders are keeping a close eye on the extreme cold and the potential for even more outages.
If you look around, the snow's sticking to everything. It's sticking to the trees, the power lines. If that all freezes up, there's always the potential of tree limbs breaking, cutting power lines down. And that would be my greatest concern, is if we start having large power outages throughout the county.
If that happens, the Emergency Management Agency says it will be forced to open multiple warming shelters across St. Joseph County. Well, some places are open right now for people who need a warm place to stay. Take a look at your screen. The city of South Bend will open 2 warming centers this morning, and they'll stay open through tomorrow. The Martin Luther King Recreation Center is open 24 hours. The O'Brien Recreation Center will open at 8 o'clock this morning and will close for the night at 9. The Salvation Army is also offering a warming center at South Bend's Kroc Center, just west of downtown. They opened at 5:30 this morning and will close for the night at 9 o'clock. And here are some options for people living in LaPorte County. Take a look. You can see several city buildings in Michigan City are opening their doors to make sure people are safe in this brutal cold.
Indiana Governor Mike Pence is authorizing all state government offices to be closed today. Governor Pence says he issued the order because he wants to keep people off roads and out of this extreme cold. Essential personnel are still expected to report for public safety purposes. The Indiana General Assembly is also postponing today's planned start of the 2014 legislative session. State appellate courts, including the Indiana Supreme Court, are also closed today. It is 2 degrees below zero right now, and wind chills way worse than that, and these temperatures are going to keep dropping. Doctors we talked to say you can get hypothermia within minutes of being out in this weather, and frostbite can set in even quicker. But there are several things you can do to protect yourself. Make sure you wear several layers and cover every inch of exposed skin. If you do get frostbite, try to find a warm place as soon as possible before the frostbite goes beyond the skin. Remember not to rub frostbite. That would only cause more tissue damage. But of course, the absolute best way to protect yourself is to stay inside.
The colder it gets, the riskier it is, the more precautions you take. And for those who are not prepared for it, stay home where it's nice and warm and cozy.
Obviously, the longer you're exposed to the cold, the greater the risk for severe frostbite and hypothermia. Blowing and drifting snow is making it difficult to get past some roads in our area.
Yeah, we've been telling you all morning to stay home if you can. But if you absolutely must go out, make sure you're prepared for the chance you could get stranded. Before you leave your house, make sure your car is equipped to handle the elements. An emergency kit is fairly simple to assemble and carry with you. Make sure it contains a flashlight with extra batteries, jumper cables, a blanket, extra clothes, flares, a first aid kit, a tire repair kit, and a shovel. We have a full list of advice and suggestions on our website right now, WSBT.com.
We have about 20 minutes left in the show. I think our producer Ashley has a job to find us a picture of someplace warm.
Right.
And we want to show it on. I mean, we've got to show, I don't know, Honolulu, Miami. There's got to be something we can find, right?
Just to make us smile this
Yes.
morning, right?